Hi, my name is Robert. This video is designed to give you step-by-step detailed instructions on completing the task at hand. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, I'm going to be replacing the air conditioner system dryer. You should probably replace this dryer anytime you replace a compressor, or if the system has been broken open for an extended period of time, more than a couple of hours. I do not think mine has ever been replaced. I purchased a car with 187,000 miles on it. It may have been replaced, I don't know, but in this video I'm going to show you how to access it and replace it. If you have a system that you're getting ready to crack open for some reason, change the condenser, change the compressor, change something, evaporator or something in the system that requires you to break it open, and this hasn't been changed in 10 years, go ahead and replace them. Now these dryers are getting hard to find, so you really want to make sure you can get one before you break that system open and change it if you can. I've even seen some of these dryers with holes in them from just rusting or just getting old, and that thing there plugs up, especially if you have a compressor failure. When a compressor fails, it may discharge things through the system, and that little orifice has screen filter in there. It'll catch whatever's in this system and plug the system up. So you do want to change that, especially if you have a compressor failure. The part's only like $3 or $4, but you got to take the lines loose, and I'm going to show you how to get the lines loose to do that. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is take the vehicle and have the refrigerant drawn down. This system only has a low pressure port right here. They will have to draw it down from that low pressure port, and I had mine drawn down yesterday. So it's already been evacuated. They made sure it held pressure, and you want to get that done before you go any further. Since you have vacuum on the system, likely you want to take a screwdriver or something, push on that valve stem and equalize the pressure, relieve the vacuum that's on the system so that there's no pressure or vacuum in the line. So let me grab a screwdriver and do that. Just like a tire gauge, it actually felt like it blew on me, so there was a little pressure built up in there from somewhere. Now that the pressure is stabilized, I'm gonna go ahead and unplug the high pressure switch, and I'm going to undo this bolt here, this 10 millimeter here, so this stuff can move around a little bit. And then I'm gonna get the release tool and release this line here. And mine looks a little rusty, but you come in from this way. It's got a spring in it. You come in from this way, spread the spring out, and then unplug it. I put the car in ramps. That should give me enough space to get under there. I moved my OBD1 port aside. I relieved the pressure. Now I got an extension and the T40. I'm gonna try to put that on there. I got a 6-inch extension. I'm gonna put another 3-inch extension on there so I can break that loose. I took this top bolt out. That's a T40. That's actually the wrong one. I wasn't really looking to get that one loose. I was looking to get the one under there loose. All the way down here, it's a T40, and mine seems rusted. I don't know if I'm gonna get it out or not. So I'm gonna get a extra long bit because it's at a bad angle. Try to get that out. This is a different line that breaks the system open, which is probably okay to get loose as well, but that was not necessary. So let me see if I get that one down there further. That screw is so tight I can't get it out. It may strip, I don't know, but you know, that's not holding the frame of the car together. I have no idea why somebody would make that screw down there so tight. Anyway, I'm gonna get the computer box out of the way. So I'm gonna disconnect the negative from the battery, get it out of the way. I pulled the top off this ECU box, ECM box. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the computers in this box. Let me get that battery disconnected real quick. At the battery disconnected, come over here. This should be a 10 millimeter right here. And then you got clips down here like the top had. Undo those clips. There's 3 of them, one on the front, one on the back, one on the side. Lift this up out of the way after I pull the computers. If your car is an automatic, it has 2 computers. If it's a 93, 94, it may have 3 computers. It is a 10 millimeter, it has a little shoulder on it. Let me go ahead and lift this up out of the way. I had to lift the coolant bottle up out of the way to get this one on the back side out. But let me get that clip loose, lift this up out of the way. With that ECU box out of the way, I can get all the leverage I want using these as a cheater. Get that on there and try to break that nut loose down there. T40, probably at 6 millimeter. I got the screw broke loose and it is turning. Man, that thing made a racket when it came loose. So I'm gonna try to get this line loose before I get that all the way loose. Just maybe to have some stability there to pull that apart. I don't think that's gonna work because I don't have enough room here for the tool. So let me go ahead and finish pulling that screw out. Then I'm gonna pull this screw out. Then I'm gonna pull the screw out of the band bracket down under it. Then I'll try to get this loose. The screw, it's all the way out. Looks nasty, but it looks like it may be the same size that goes in the door check straps. So I may have one to replace this one with, because I'd hate to have to put that back in there with all that rust on it. Spraying these screws and threads down with PB Blaster. Try to prevent them from breaking. Got the bolt out of the dryer bracket, lifted the dryer hook up out of the rubber grommet right there. Now this is down a little bit where I can try to unscrew it. So I'm gonna try to get 2 tools on that, start unscrewing that. I'll tell you what size they are. I'm really surprised how clean this dryer looks. I guess that's the Volvo part number 9187629. But let me try to get this thing loose. It appears that the small one's a 21 and this top one's a 26. So I'm looking for my large adjustable jaw so I can break that loose. I hadn't found it yet. This is the part my mechanic found for me for this replacement on this dryer. Looks like it's 5 years old. February 5th, 2016. So I'm gonna use this to figure out which tool I need to knock that loose on. It'll be the same, it'll fit on this. I got 4 colors, blue, black, red, and white. The sizes run smaller to bigger. The red's the smallest, then the blue, then the black, then the white. The white seems like the one that fits on here the best, so I'm gonna try to knock it off with the white first. The white just fits in there with it closed, so let's see if that'll get that tube loose right there. When that comes loose, I'll be able to drop that hose down further to reach my connections on there, and I may be able to get a couple wrenches on. I pushed that black one in there and they set in. Then I started wiggling and pulling on the dryer, and it's come out a little bit. It's come out past the spring. Now I just have to hold this back and wiggle this until it slides off that pipe, because that pipe slides in this swollen part. So it's loose, I just got to pull it out. And I grabbed it with 2 hands and it pulled apart. So now it's hanging. Now I'm going to try to get some tools on that lower portion and unscrew it from under it. There it is. Let me get some tools on that and try to unscrew it. I don't have the right tools, but I got a couple that's close. I think I need a 21 and a 25 or 26. I'm gonna try it with a 24 and a vice grip. I was hoping it wasn't that tight, but it is that tight. So let me go find a 22 or my adjustable jaw to get this broke loose. Having a hard time getting that loose. I just bent a bolt on the end of those vice grips. Put a little cheater on it. Still couldn't get that loose. So I'm gonna go get some heat. Put some heat on that thing, see if that'll loosen it. I don't know if that's a 25 or a 26, but I used my large vice grips to hold it and broke this thing loose. The nut on there on top of the dryer is a 22. So turned it with that up. That's my 24. Here's my 22. That thing was hard to come off all the way. I got it off. I'm gonna compare the new one, put the new one on regardless, because that's what I got. There it is, the old versus the new. So I'm gonna get the line on. This one looks a little smaller. I'm gonna get the line on, take this plug off, screw that line all the way on, then I'm gonna align it so that it'll plug into the line up top, snap that in place, then I'm gonna put the bracket on it. It would be a good idea to put a new O-ring in there. There's one up in the line. I don't think I have one that size, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put it together. Hopefully it won't leak. Bill said it's real common for these to cross thread, and my nut up here is not moving, so I'm twisting the dryer around the pipe. I'll have to screw it all the way in like that and get it lined up properly to its connection to get it on. But I believe this should be turning loose, but it's not, so I got a problem there. Hopefully I'll get it lined up right so it won't leak. It started getting real tight. I was about 180 out, but I was able to turn it so that it's lined up. It's pretty tight. I hope it's all the way in and won't leak. I'm going to go ahead and connect it about right there. I'm going to try to tighten it just a little bit more. But, you know, with the play in the line, I can get that lined up and snap in. So let me see if I can tighten it just a little more, just to make sure it's tight. Connect it and then hook up that other line. Now the nut on my OEM dryer was 22. This one is actually 24. So I got it as tight as I'm going to get it. I'm going to pull that plug out of it and try to get that plugged in. It may be so tight that I need to plug it in after I get that line secured. Let's see. Now that's normally a really hard, tight fit. I'm going to put some silicone spray on there and get it plugged in. It normally takes some lubrication to get it on. Hopefully I won't pinch the seals and it'll lock in place and I'll be good to go. And those seals won't leak. So I'm going to wipe those off with a rag. And then I'm going to put some silicone spray on there, and then I'm going to plug that in. I was pushing and wiggling and I heard it snap over the spring, so I should be good to go. Let me get this other lined up. Look like I need to go buy another tool. I broke my black tool getting that off. So now I'm looking for the bracket that goes back under here and locks these lines in place. That thing disappeared somewhere. I gotta find it. It's around here. And then I gotta take this thing, get it vacuumed and serviced. I got the dryer in there. I got it plugged in. I got these bolts on. Everything's hooked up. I got 15 minutes to put the rest of this stuff back together, get up there, get this thing serviced. So I'm gonna go for it. Think everything's good. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.